Hi, Steve Von Brand here for the Bass College. I'm down here in Lower Delaware again. This is a nice bass. Sun just came up about 15 minutes ago, throwing a black and blue dirty jig. I put rattle bands on the back and put on a small net bait pocket crawl trailer with the black with the blue flecks in it. Got a little bit of cloud cover because of the type of cover today. I went with that color with the flecks in it. Came right into the very backs of the creeks. That's where the bass are now still. And threw it into the pads, started waking it on the surface, dropping it down in between the pads, bang, right away, first thing in the morning. So let's see if this pattern holds true, and we'll see what we get today. Now this is the main lake out here. Now I launch right over there at that dock. That's where my launching ramp is with the boat tied up to it now. And then this is the back of a creek. This is the type of cover that I'm fishing. When they're in the laydowns, this is what they're in. There's docks and then lots of laydowns. Lots of trees have fallen into the water. And I'm throwing it up real shallow. It's about 6 to 8 inches right at the shore. Then it drops off to about 1 foot, then out to 3, and then out to 6 in the main channel. And I just caught him right out of there by that tree that was uprooted with the fence post sticking up out of the water. About 2 feet deep, swam it out, boom, he hit it hard. Just like in the Potomac. You want to get right up underneath of these things, right down along the side, throw right up into the shore, right up under this stuff up close, swim it. Okay, I started off by working the very back of this creek, as you'll see on the map. This is the first one after I launch, all the way in the very back, and then you see the docks and laydowns circled on this side over here. Now I worked it all the way up to here to these first docks. This is the main lake. This is the mouth of the creek. Now I'm going to run across and I'm going to work these grass flats. Now these are pads and heavy grass flats, and the grass have pockets in it. It's starting to die off. A lot of leaves. You want to make short, accurate casts right in between the pockets. Pull it to the surface, let it flutter back down, let those big flappers flap around. And I like the black and the blue right now. As the sky conditions change, the light conditions change, I may change up colors on the trailer or the whole jig entirely. And I'm going to work these grass flats here. It drops off from about 1 foot at the shore to the 3 feet, then 4, 5, and then right where I am right now, it's like 7 feet deep. So it's a little cut here. It's like a little bay. You can call it a cove. It's not a real creek, but it's a cove off the main lake, and they've been hitting pretty hot in here. A lot of laydowns too up on the shore. So we're going to see what happens. We'll see you guys in a minute. Right away. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh yeah. Right out of this first set of pads here in the grass. There you go. That one came out of the shallow wood. Once again on a black and blue dirty jig. Now when I flip these baits, I put on the Grandy Bass Mega Claws trailer when I flip them into the docks or the laydowns. But when I'm swimming the jig, I like to put on the small or the full-size net bait pocket crawl trailer. And I'm using 60-pound test, 50-pound test, and 65-pound test Sunline FX2 braid. Right now you can get these buy one, get one free. Stop in the Bass College. You click on Tackle Warehouse, which is our affiliate, and go right to the Sunline special, and any of the Sunlines, FX2 braid that you see me using all the time. It's all buy one get one free, which is a fantastic deal. It's one of the best lines on the market. So stop in there, pick up some Sunline, and get yourself some free baits from the Bass College along with it. Just send us the receipt and we'll send you some free baits. I'm using the St. Croix Legend Elite today, Shimano Curado 200 E7. Perfect combination, 7-to-1, 7'1", medium heavy action. I have a medium heavy action on the other St. Croix tournament series there. And that's what the bait looks like. Got little rattle bands on the back. I use that when the water's real muddy. Most of the time you don't want rattle bands though on a swim jig, but when the water's real muddy like this, up shallow in the pads and stuff, I like to use the rattle. So let's go get some more. See if we can catch one out of here where I lost one the last time I was here. It's about 6-7 pounds wrapped up on a log, and we'll see you guys. Okay, now I'm heading back up into the first major creek on the right as I come out of the launching ramp. You'll see that on the map. This is the first major creek, runs all the way back up into the back and narrows down into a little stream, into just pad fields and grass. Some laydowns mixed in on the shore, and then docks and rocks all along this side here out to the main lake. We're going to work these laydowns and grass pads and see what happens up here. Right out of the first set of pads here as I got into the creek. There he is. Decent, not giant, but good. By no means a giant, but all good quality fish. You'd be happy. That thing weighs almost 2 pounds. Even got a lot of weight to it. They're starting to get a little heavier. But you'd be happy with those in a tournament, I'll tell you. The ones that I've caught this morning already. Put you pretty good limit already. And it's only like 7 o'clock. So throw that dirty jig up in close. Wake it on the surface. Burn it in and out of the pads. That's the ticket. See you guys in a minute. One just swirled on it in here. I'm going to throw back in, see if I can get him to hit again. He came up and swirled. You could tell it was decent. Keepers everywhere. Boy, they're really active. The real trick, though, is when you cast into these pads, just keep your rod tip up high, wake it on the surface, give it some erratic action. That's the deal. They seem to all be up in the backs of the creeks in these pads and laydowns. Laydowns, pads, mixed with grass. Right up in the middle to the backs of the creeks. That's where they've all been so far the last 3 times. Okay, next one just came off of this set of isolated pads right on the point of the cove. Nice one. Look how fat his stomach is. Chunky. Really slammed the dirty jig. If you put it in the right spot, the second that it falls and those flappers start to move, they slam it right away. You got to set the hook really hard. That's why this braid is important, and having the proper line and reel catch up with them. I'm using a 7-to-1 gear ratio. You got to be able to catch up with them. It's got plenty of power. Got to really be able to muscle them out of there, especially when they're 5, 6, 7 pounds, which they can easily be at any moment. So we'll see you guys. I got me one leg. Oh yeah! Look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Pitched it right into the dock off the main lake point. Dirty jig, black and blue. Same one. Look at that baby. Oh yeah. That's my 6.5 pounder in the spring. That's nice, huh? Look at that. Decent, huh? I like dirty jigs. Pitched that right into the main lake dock. Boom. Sank down just for a second, maybe sank down a foot. Wow, he hit it. Man, that's a nice bass. Nice bass. All right, let's get this one back in and go get some more. Oh, yes. Look at that. Yeah, pitched that right into the dock here as I was coming around into this cove. Look at that. Nice bass. Dirty jig. Giant bass. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Okay, baby. There he goes. You guys got to get out there right now. It's time. They're turned on. Throw those swim jigs. Pitch the jigs into the laydowns in the docks. Man, you're going to get yourself. Bass are crazy, and the weather is even crazier. Came in here now. I'm back in this other creek. Last one right before the road. Just picked up this nice one. Decent bass. Look at that. Raining, pouring down rain right now. And the sun was out. It was so hot I almost had to take off this other shirt on the inside. Then it started to rain. Then it got so cold that you needed a jacket on. It's just bizarre. It's the craziest weather you've ever seen. This one's last bass took the rattles right off the jig. Took the rattle right off it. All right, let's throw it without the rattle now. Pretty aggressive, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'm not going to get this camera. Well, I did something a little different. I switched up. I took the, that's a nice one, huh? Took this small pocket crawl off the back and put on the full-size pocket crawl, and just came right out of the head right away. See how that's hanging way down, and made a bigger profile. Started swimming that up on the surface, and then it came out and just nailed it. And right before that, another one came out and swiped at it, had him hooked for a second, and he got off. Had about 10 or 12 other bass already that were a pound and a half that I didn't even bother to turn the camera on. Got big storm clouds up here. It's rained 4 or 5 times. Looks like it's going to thunderstorm. Oh man, the barometer's like 29.96, I think it was a little while ago before I left. And I'll tell you, they are on fire. I'm going to head all the way into the back of this creek, work this whole creek out there in this creek good, and then go back, hit the next couple creeks all the way around, go back and cover the whole thing again. Really. Well, there's a variety of fall baits that you could really use. What you should do though is pick a technique, a bait that you're really good at. There's a lot of different baits that you can catch them on in the fall, and you don't want to spend too much time on each piece of cover. You want to work it thoroughly, but you only want to make 3 or 4 flips in there, hop it around a couple times, and then move on. A lot of people make the mistake of spending too much time, you know, in one area. I see them do this all the time. They do it in pre-fishing, they do it in tournaments. You spend too much time in one area, you hit the okay, the front came through, the sun came out, temperature's 80 degrees, and the bass have completely turned off. Now you can throw your flick shake and your Senkos and all your little shaky head worms and things like that right now and catch some more, but I'm going to get on out of here. We've got 40, 50 mile an hour winds coming up. Tomorrow the winds are supposed to be 43 miles an hour.
It's a long road from Amistad to Toho. Doesn't matter which way you go, the miles are all the same. But when you finally get there, and when you pull the cover off, then it's time to get a little bit lost out on the lake. Gonna back this boat into the water, find a way to win a couple dollars. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming down. Bring it on, I've seen it all by now. I can catch 'em shallow, I can catch 'em deep.